Stream now.
Hello, stream.
It's not existing yet.
Bye bye, stream.
Right now we have stream.
Hello, stream.
So, what were we doing? We were busily going, oh god, everyone hates us because we're fairly threatening, and I think last I checked, pretty much everyone except the Holy Roman Empire. I'm about to go to war with the Byzantine Empire, I think.
Holy Roman Empire, I think.
I don't think it's Holy Roman Empire, I think I have a truce with them.
I think you don't have a truce with the Holy Roman Empire, and the Byzantine Empire is in a defensive pact against you. Let's see who's right.
I think you could well be right. Yes, because we went round finding something to do with Kaiser Dietrich the Holy.
Yeah, I think thus you should find. Rearranging furniture. That
we can declare
it is
war.
actually furniture in that bag.
That's true.
You have a vaguely interesting claim. I think Munster. Yes. In order to join up
My bits, some bits of my territory. Right. Let's just double check that. Right. So he's got 27,000 troops. No interesting pacts. We have 44,000 troops, and no interesting pacts. Well, yeah, but you know. And we have a lot more money than him. Right, okay, I think we are. Holy Roman War is go. Just as soon as we can scroll down to find Munster again. We have found Munster.
I think you are currently building a new holding somewhere to land the next person.
I think I currently have one spare.
Oh, right.
I've got a barony in Hastings for some reason. So, you know.
Already built the next one.
I've already built the next one. So, right, let's activate my sub-realms so I can at least work out where I'm raising troops from. Like Scotland.
That's not yours.
That's not mine. That was what I used to land the guy in thingy. Let's try and pick somewhere that's not actually adjacent to the Holy Roman Empire. Carthaginensis, Pannonia.
Okay, yes. The great advantage of landing people with weird things near you is you can
It's true.
raise their troops. Have you got any Wales on the continent?
I think I don't currently have any Wales on the continent. I think.
Independent plateau at the moment.
Yeah, I bet they're in a defensive pact against me. I can't think why. So that's Brittany. You're the nearest bit of Wales. Let's stick you on some ships. And hurry off probably to that bit of coastline. So I think we march you into there, and you lot we march into there. You lot are big enough that we head straight for that. And we march you to the mustering place. So do we have anyone with an armchair currently? No, let's put in the Despot of Castile, Commander of England, who's an organiser, and my cousin. And off we go.
Boing.
Okay.
Right, so the interesting question is, can you spot any of those tiny armies
Yes.
before they turn into...
So, right. So, you lot, I think...
Overly diverting. They're going to have moved by then. I think... I mean... It may... Yeah, I don't... maybe the ones coming in from the south, that 663 might be able to be intercepted.
Yeah, you lot, I think, should go over. Let's at least take you down one county and see
so
where
there seems to be
going.
a battle expected there. What's coming in?
Nothing's expected there now.
Okay.
That's exciting.
So similarly, you've got a bunch of things in the east, but you haven't got any really large armies there. There may be like that 92 and the 149 can be squashed.
Hang on, let's zoom in just a touch so I can actually see where Hamburg is. So that's Hamburg. Right, we can in fact take you to Hamburg. We do have someone in charge. That someone is me. Oh look, everyone's leaving the defensive pact against me. Because
They tend to do temporarily at the
start
of each
of
war.
war.
Just to embarrass you.
It's true. Well, it's like they don't need to be in a defensive pact because I can't go to war with them because I've got all my troops raised. For now. Successful jihad. The jihad for Kemet. Oh well, cursed infidels. Well, that probably means there'll be a crusade again soon. Although hopefully not for me. Hopefully by the time my son is 2030. Okay, right, yeah, it's probably not. 12:30. Yeah, sorry. That's not going to be me. Is it now? Right, so what's going on? More people are leaving the defensive pact. Might as well.
So that 663 looks like it's taken away from you.
Right, yes. On the other hand, that 120 is
He's like
mysteriously
sitting
sitting still, which is slightly bizarrely inexplicable, but whatever. Right. Somewhere.
That was the one
Oh,
near
right.
Hamburg. You might
Yes.
pause and send. Oh no, another. Your other army is. Oh no, yes, maybe. Looks like there is going to be another battle shortly.
Right, you lot, I think.
Oh, let them. Oh,
No, pause. Pause. Right, you select.
but why not let them kill the 149?
Okay, yeah, they've got someone reasonable in charge.
Like, they don't need anyone reasonable in charge.
No.
Then
Right,
you
yeah.
should not do that.
Right,
Kind of
there we go.
thing. So you have instructed one army to go all the way across the map. You might want to tell them not to do that.
Which one it was, that's the question.
It was one currently off to the south, I think.
There's only that one.
Yes, I think it's there.
That's there. Right. Okay. Hang on, they're going to Verdun. Right, okay, let's send you off to Verdun. Zoom out of it so I can see where in aggregate. Right, I think you are large enough to march that away. Hang on, let's actually glue together and put someone, Cywald will do, in charge. And I can dismiss those fleets. Currently, I can always raise more fleets. I mean, it's not like I'm short of fleets. I do need to watch out for that, but of course I can raise my personal levies in England, should I actually need to do that.
That lot can now go deal with 1269.
Yeah. Out. No, that's the absolute opposite of zooming out. That is gratuitously not zooming out. Let's just check none of you are going to
So
branch.
I think you want to think about where that 3530 army is going and try to do something with it. Count it. So there's a Holy Roman army just northwest of your mouth.
Yes.
I think you've got 6,000 troops nearby. If you can get into position to wallop it.
So they're going to Friesland. So
I think that might be worth trying.
now they're going to Overijssel. Okay, right, that's Okay, that's that battle which we want to happen. Let's, on the other hand...
Okay, I think the Holy Roman Army has neatly embarked on a ship in order to stop you
Yes!
attacking it, so now you want to intercept the 2610 army that's heading north probably.
So they're going to Osnabrück. So yeah.
Osnabrück and then head down into Münster if you don't manage to catch them, I think.
Yeah, so I would actually like to get someone besieging the actual territory pretty quickly if I can. Right, so there we have you lot. Let's glue you together. Let's go and say hello to Bern.
Like, being able to break up their armies while they're small is nice. So
Yes.
Like eventually it will reach the point where you can't sensibly do that and actually
Indeed.
get more defensive.
I've got 1% war score. Woohoo. So,
Like, you can do something with that army, yeah.
right, yeah, I need to march them up there to join them up with that lot. Ah, excellent. Right, at least I have someone somewhere besieging something. And I will assault Munster to start getting ticking war score. It's
You
mid.
have a impending battle near Marburg. You might want to check that that's going to be the right size. Meaning who's actually going to be in there.
I don't think that's going to be a huge problem.
Is it just your 4,000 and his
I
2,500?
think it is, but in any case, that lot are going to Berg, and therefore I can get them in there quickly. Right, so that's besiege. Right. Holding in Middlesex is under siege. Right, there's... Okay, so we probably need to think about whether we can...
I'm kind of inclined just to let them. Right.
What, deal with the continental lot and then...
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like, because you'll get more war score for besieging the actual territory under.
It's true.
At the moment, they're tying up 8,500 troops, and they can't get them back quickly. So you may as well enjoy yourself.
Despot Marcher has been doing a lot of imprisoning. Well, he is a despot, I suppose. You know, it's what he does. He's the bishop. He's not the Bishop of Southwark. He's a despot of England. Right. So, right. Okay. That's currently right. So you arrive in Berg. I think that is not a sensible place for you to be. I think a sensible place for you to be. Let's find someone to stick on you. Like you. I think you should go over there. I think you should go and join the happy party over there. Glue.
Right, there's a worrying stream of armies heading north through Mainz.
There is a bit, isn't there?
I mean, I don't think they're an immediate worry.
I don't know, but I'm inclined to take
Yeah,
that
so
lot
we'd want to get
south
all
to.
your armies bigger soon. Right, excellent. That means that 8,000 troops in Marburg is now movable again.
Oops, let's
So at the moment,
glue them together.
yeah, I think their current move north is a good one.
And I should.
I'd be inclined to take them into the same place, actually.
Yes, I'm inclined to
Get
take them
yourself
into the
up to
same
a couple
place.
of 10,000 armies and then see what you
Yeah.
deal with. And then maybe sit down for a bit.
Yes. And say, come and get us if you think we're hard enough.
Oh no, they're fleeing. I wonder if it's worth trying to get to that 1436 Holy Roman Army on the coast and give it a quick hitting that it's running away.
It's going to Munster. Well, I'll see what happens when I've got this lot.
I think we have done a good bit of harm to their armies, which is nice.
Pause while I read the... Oh look, people are joining the defensive pact against me again. Ha ha ha. Well, it passes the time. Right, so... Okay, I was going... Ooh, that's a bit marginal, but it's fine. I have another 6,000 troops coming.
And then several more troops
Whatever. Let's glue those together. Which gets me holding in Liège is under siege. Right, okay. That's over there.
Yeah,
I think I first.
Take everything you can here.
Yes. Let's glue you lot together. Let's go. Oh god, there's another child. Okay, it's one of my grandchildren. He's left-handed. Let's arrange him betrothal. Well, let's go for a random princess of the Byzantine Empire. And let's see if we can train him up as something. As a stabby person. Right. Okay. Okay. So that's so let's besiege Brunsbüttel a bit, because I'm there. My plan really is to finish this lot besieging, then bring them down over here somewhere, so that they're nearby for the purposes of annoying the Holy Roman Empire, which I think should be fine.
So there's quite a large Holy Roman army there.
There is, but my intention is
But
basically
since I think it can't get a lot bigger, I would say you
I
hold
sit
tight,
still and
wait
then
for them to
start,
pick one of you to take on.
and then I march the other one in. Yes. My only worry is if it comes up round here and tries to get to
At that point they want to run down towards.
run in the other direction.
Basically,
Yes.
if that lot get north of your line,
yeah.
then you want to bring.
Then I bring
your
those.
Hamburg army down to meet your other one.
Indeed. Okay, we're trying to find somewhere to besiege. Let's actually check where that holding is.
Yes.
Okay, right. Yeah, that's actually.
That is right next door, and you could go and give them a code in there. And actually, I think they may have stopped besieging it.
Yes, they seem to have stopped besieging it. They're wandering off somewhere. Right, betrothed can marry. Yes, okay, whatever. Let's just check. I do, in fact, have a. I've got Battle of Morven.
Do you even already have a big enough
Battle. Brilliant. Right. Now, okay, they've got 13,000 over there. So let's contemplate.
Oh yes, we've got raiding troops, that's fine.
Yes, I'm not raising armies there. I'm not, like daft. I'm just making sure that I've got some way of getting some armies
Conveniently,
over there.
it's not a very long journey
Indeed.
to get your troops over to.
Indeed.
Oh yes, you do need slightly more ships.
I do need slightly more ships than I have. So, mysteriously, I am making sure that I have enough ships. Right, so we have besieged Dortmund. Right, so they're going to Mainz.
So I think they're trying to organise themselves further south. I would I would be inclined to just nibble away at nearby counties.
Yes.
Keep yourself close to.
Yeah. Basically, make sure that I'm close to the coast. I'm basically nearly always adjacent.
I would say once you've got both of the Munster counties completely occupied, it may be then time to.
Well, I might want to do a bit of army fettling and send, say, the larger lot and that lot across to hit that lot, and leave the other lot behind to defend my territory. I will glue those ships together so that I do in fact have a large enough fleet, because that lot are currently nearly cooked on Brunsbüttel, and then there's only a city to besiege there, so that should be okay. And possibly if I get up towards the late 80s or 90s, I should just start assaulting places. Because I'm currently, patiently waiting rather than going for all-out assault. Oh look, more people have joined the defensive pact. So now we're at 72%. So that's that. They're heading persistently south, which is interesting. The other benefit of besieging up round here is, of course, I can besiege places that are next to my stuff, and then I don't run into any supply problems. I've run out of commanders again. Right. So we're at 80% war score. Right, you are a misguided warrior.
Generally, you don't want misguided warriors as commanders, even if they have terrifying thing, because there are special disastrous tactics that are unlocked for misguided warriors.
Brilliant. Right, we're at 85% war score. I will assault that holding as soon as I can.
You've got a fairly low level holding in Hamburg to assault, actually.
It's also
it's got rather odd
people is my issue there.
We're about to lose some war score from
Middlesex. It's just a question of how much I lose.
Well, you will be losing it as fast as you're about as fast as you're able to gain it now, because essentially you're both besieging odd things. But maybe you can afford the troops to do this.
Maybe.
Okay, you don't seem to have lost much war score for losing Westminster. 100. Well, that was a foolish Holy Roman Emperor.
Yep. Right. So
has that ended up being partial territory? I think it has. It's just a weird colour.
yes, it's because I'm in Realm View because I needed that for raising all my armies. Right. You lot can be dismissed. Right, now I just have to walk everyone home.
Well, that was quite effective.
That was quite effective. I'm back up to 93.9% threatening.
I think that was also quite a useful use of the fact that your capital is on an island distinct from where you were attacking, because you can be pretty confident that those 16 odd thousand troops in England were not
going to
do anything, because you were going to see them getting even slightly close to you. So,
yes.
They didn't.
Look, everyone's joining the defensive pact against me. I wonder why.
Oh yes. You have a claim against French revolt.
That's an interesting question. I paused. I will read my. Poitou was part of the thing, so you are the French revolt. You are the leader of the French revolt. You're not a part of a pact against me. I do have a case of spell eye. Do I have anything good? Champagne for a woman.
That's fine.
Valencia for the designated Countess of Denia, however,
Could be-
which would work. And a
Well,
Desjure.
you want to work out which you've got three landed claimants.
She's
two landed
66.
claimants,
She's 54. Let's go for the one that's slightly less likely to snuff it
well, we
imminently.
care also about whether they have heirs.
It's true, we do.
So that looks fine.
I will just... Right. So that's not they're not on the worrisome heir list. So I think we can claim Valencia on behalf of...
So what? Just check the other one. I think you want her, but
No, not
uh,
dynastic heir.
uh,
Chancellor of Blois, heir to the County of
right,
Manon.
yeah, let's go for the first one. I feel safer with that one, even if I don't quite understand what's going on.
Yes.
So what does that get you then?
That gets me 3 counties.
Oh right. Oh, that's rather nice.
Yes. I endorse this thing, I think. Right. Let's go to war against the French revolt. Well, let's see if we can raise some people over here.
Start.
They are a start. I will try and keep them clear of that revolt army. So, I'm raising all my Leech Levy fleets, stuffing people on ships, and basically I'm, depending on how I'm feeling, sticking them on ships to go to various of the nearby ports. Your fleet, are you big enough? Hooray, finally you actually fit on the goddamn ships. So, Mr. Bond, you are heading to La Mancha, which is... I don't know where that is. Excuse me, let's go and actually zoom in so we can see. Okay, you're going to that county. So, you guys, I think... Okay, that is not the route I was expecting you to take. Fine, you're going to Toledo. Okay, let's send you over there. Let's try and send you... Okay. Right, that's not completely disastrous. I think there should be a kettle and possibly a stoat of some sort. Okay, that's entertaining. I'll have to wait for Ben to get back on that one. Yes,
Anyone
so
did yet?
the exciting thing is this bit over here looks like it might be part of the disputed territory.
That's very weird.
That's what I thought. Right, hang on. So you're now in La Mancha. Where are you going? You are going to... Okay, you're going to that territory there. Fine. Right, I'm just going around a range of hills. Excellent. That's okay. Oh, well... I'm not going to go and stomp on the Cathars just yet. Obviously, if you turn out to be rebellious stoats, I will go and stomp on you, but otherwise... You know, converting to Catharism is great. Right, so anyway, I have like a bunch of... You're big enough to just march in. So let's just march you in. And I can dismiss all my fleets.
Careful. That's an army.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Let's not dismiss that. Fine. Let's get the army out of the way. Let's pause so that time can pass. Eventually I want to take on that French revolt army, probably. But not yet.
Right. You can probably now get the fleets dismissed.
I can, as you say, probably now dismiss those fleets. Can I have some fruit mentos as well, please?
Sorry?
Fruit mentos, please. Jolly good. So, alright, let's glue you all together.
Is there enough water for tea?
Thank you. There. Lot them all together and go over there. Right.
Yes, please. Claire asks if you can make her tea as well.
I will keep these fleets around so that I can nip over here.
Have you managed to get an adequate army to their one yet? Do you know
No,
where
because
their
their
army's
army's buggered off.
gone? Oh,
I think they went over this land bridge. But anyway, I've got enough people there to start besieging somewhere serious. Oh, look, people are joining the defence pact against me. That never happens. Oh dear, I'm ill. Right, so okay, so I think I am besieging 3 6.5 forts, so let the lights flash faster. Let's also zoom out and check that there's not anyone obvious doing anything I need to care about. Oh, my vassals are allying with one another, how sweet. Not Bedford. Where's Middlesex? Middlesex exists on a good day. Yeah. Got lots of money. Oh dear. Poor defenders. So that's the French army. Do not particularly want to meet the French army, but whatever.
But they don't want to meet you either.
Well, no. I mean, you seem fairly determined to come and say hello. I'm not quite sure why. Right, if we won a siege, we have 9% war score. Goodness me, I have a lot of grandsons. Right, and sign your guardian.
Sneeze.
Hooray, I'm not ill. So now we're besieging Cartagena. Right. Just in case, I am going to put some more people in charge of this army. My plan at the moment is not to run away from the French, but if the French come calling, to send the 10,000 troops that I have next door to say hello. Fortunately, the French are not being that daft. Well, you're an all-rounder. I have no idea who to give you as a guardian. You want to make it my court chaplain? I don't know. Okay. I've brought my fleet in here because I think that siege is going to complete soon. Sorry, this siege is going to complete soon. And then I shall ship them off to somewhere random in North Africa. And it's got me 70% more score. Okay, that one finished, right, okay. But they've still got one more holding to besiege. Whereas this lot don't. And I might manage to finish besieging Castello sometime this millennium.
Who?
Somewhere in Spain. Right. Pause. Insert onto ship. Ship to there. Wherever there is. Okay, that's nice. Let's accept the peace altar. Let's
Send them back.
send them there because they're already committed to. Hang on, yeah, so there. Right, you lot. I think I can dismiss.
Oh, that was nice.
Well, that went well.
Track down their armies.
Yeah.
Right, everyone's arrived.
Dismiss.
And that presumably means that they were essentially at the point where they didn't think, where they were too busy fighting France to fight you.
Yes. They'd rather go for the big thing. So
So I think you now have a truce with the French revolt, annoyingly.
I do, but there wasn't anything really big that's left to
There
go.
was still one duchy there.
I-
That you had a claim.
Ooh,
And it was an unlanded claimant on your side.
yes.
It's slightly more expensive because you've had to have given them.
Yeah, but it was an unlanded woman.
Yes. Oh, and you can't currently give. Yeah, sorry, I'd forgotten that rule. Yes. Nuisance.
I think I need to go commander hunting. Let's just invite him to court. So, let's just review the current situation. I've got a truce with the Kaiser, a truce with the King of Poland, and a truce with Stoat of the French Revolt. So, my other questions are... The what? Okay, so effectively that's a giant duchy.
But they're in the defensive
But they're in the defensive pact against me, which is not entirely surprising. Duchy of Adrianopolis, which is against someone who's in the defensive pact. I've got a treaty with him. Got a treaty with him. Defensive pact. And also its counties. Treaty. Defensive pact. Defensive pact. Defensive pact. The King of Norway is currently not in the defensive pact against me.
I mean, whether this is the particular claim you want to pursue against him is another matter, but I think he is certainly worth considering.
He's certainly worth considering.
So your best already landed claim is fair on the fair road.
Yeah, but I've got a spare.
But you have got Hastings available.
Yes. So I can land him. Before I land him, let me just go and see if I can build some more castles somewhere. So that's all. We can build a new holding in Kent, so let's get doing that. So, Norway, you say? Where's the King of Norway? Gone.
Agder, I think.
Hang on, let's just check that I have in fact dismissed everything. Right, there we are, King of Norway. Let's just check he's not got any good pacts. Right, let's.
Hang on, isn't that a?
Oh.
You have a non-aggression pact with the King of Norway.
Oh well. Stoats. Well, okay. Byzantine Empire, ha 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 long, no. Doof.
There was no revolt.
There's an Estonian revolt.
You have a landed claim for a county from him. I think your second claim there
Is claim Novgorod on behalf of
the
Count. Or I've got a de jure claim on Novgorod. Well, let's go with a de
The
jure.
alternative is a holy war for a Dutch.
Yeah, but I think that's a bit terrifying because that will be state.
I'm going to listen to who rest my eyes for a bit.
Okay,
I'll lie on my bedroom floor. If I happen to fall asleep, do come and wake me up by about 10 to 10.
we'll try and wake you up before 10.
Otherwise, there'll be states.
Otherwise, as you say, there will be states. I think we go for a de jure claim on Novgorod, which is that little patch there. So he's in tribal, so that's probably about 3,000 troops. Right. Let's declare war for that revolt.
I think we're
Fine.
going to be bringing in your armies by sea here.
I think you're quite right. Well, let's go find Denmark. Let's go find a boat. Let us stick the armies on the boat and send them off to the Baltic. Alright, you're Scotland. Let's raise armies, raise boats, stick armies on boat, ship to thingy, raise armies, raise boats, insert army on boat, go. I'm not going to bother to raise England, I don't think that's worth it. I can, of course, send some people over from Pannonia. Oh, that's actually a decent number. Right, let's go find my organiser. Right, off we go. Let's switch back to standard realm view so I have some idea of where I'm going. Well, I know where I'm going, I don't know where they're going. I have a spare commander and someone who is worth commanding some stuff. Oh look, people are joining the defensive pact, presumably like 8,000 miles away.
Some of your fleets haven't arrived.
It's true, so
Disembarked yet, I don't know.
I will do. Actually, let's try just marching you straight in. And let's activate you and march you in, and let's see what happens. I think I'll leave this large fleet kicking around because then I can go up and besiege some of the other territories if necessary.
Well, that was quick.
It's true. Let's ship you back to Sweden. Let's dismiss you. Alright, I think that's... Anyway, right. Dismiss you. Dismiss you. And you. And you. Go over there. Oops, you not. You not. Come back to Pannonia. You had forgotten someone. Dismiss. Dismiss. Oh, while I'm waiting, so Kingdom of France is in the defensive pact. Norway unaccountably has an alliance with me.
You keep marrying people to random people.
Well, I didn't think I'd married anyone that senior, but you know, apparently I had.
Oh yes, you've got that army that's in the middle of, on the edge of this range or something.
Yeah, it's now turning back. I turned it back a little while ago, but of course it was movement locked. So it should, yes, be starting its way back. To
Really, that's not the way round the vassal relationship is going to work, France.
It's true. I mean, you know, as soon as I can...
Your army has arrived now.
My army has arrived, and also France has swapped hands again and is back in the defensive pact. With a different monarch.
Ah, with the one you've already got a truce with because you attacked him while he was a...
No, I'm now back to Ermentrude, or whatever her name was, Ermengarde.
Alright, it was probably a revolt on behalf of her.
Indeed. hire another person. Let's check we do still have a regent. After the Battle of Tikvina, it has been my duty to inform the families of fallen soldiers of their fate. At night I still see the hatred burning in the eyes of a teenage daughter. Not that the word teenage exists yet, but whatever. I know it is not my fault.
Neither does the English language as he's writing.
It's true. I know
Plus he's Greek.
it's not my fault, but I've destroyed their lives. It should have been me, not their brave father. Well, either I commit suicide. Some people are always going to want me dead, which makes me cynical and depressed. Wrath, stressed, and possibly depressed. Well, let's try not to be cynical. Oh dear, I'm not a true Christian knight anymore. Oh well. Minus 50 prestige. Well, I'll notice that. Anyway, commander. Right. Yes. Okay. Let's check. Do I have... I've got a weak claim on some random barony and that county, which is, I believe, held by someone in the defensive pact. Of course it is. So... I mean, one possible thing is just to let time tick on a bit while, I finish building some stuff. And let some people leave the defensive pact so that my slightly more useful son, although he's not as good martially, can take
Remember,
it.
he'll inherit some useful things. He'll inherit some artifacts that will make him more...
It's true, that will certainly improve things a bit, won't it? So he wants to be granted a fief of his own. Well, you're going to get an entire, empire at some point. So I'm a renowned duelist. I crushed a revolt. Duel experience, battlefield experience.
I'm just thinking maybe you might want to change your ambition, given your wife's 54.
It's true, I should probably abandon the ambition to have a daughter. I can improve my intrigue, improve my stewardship. Let's improve my stewardship a bit. I have picked an ambition. Okay. Oh, I could nip through my prisoners and see if any of them are worth. Right, ransoming. Not that I really need 14 gold, but it's nice not to have them cluttering up my
There are, of course, other buttons for stopping them cluttering up your dungeon. But
yes,
they're not as nice.
but I can just execute people, but that seems unnecessary. I can't ransom those two. So, right. No one's that threatening. Let's
So
check.
what does that mean?
I think that's just right. So there's a few people
Ooh,
trying
the,
for.
the Despot of Lothringia's died.
So he has. You quite like me. You're a title claimant. Let me make you a viceroy. Oh yeah. Right.
So what are your title loss on succession things? That's the inheritance, wasn't it? Yes, because there was a. So those are fairly minor.
Yeah. Couple of duchies.
And in any case, yes, that's just those end up being given to spare sons because you have.
I have a lot of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5 of them. The Mongols word has reached us that an ambitious Khan from beyond the Great Mountains has set out to unite the clans of the Great Steppe. It is also said by men who read the stars that this Khan is destined to become the ruler of the world. What could those equestrians hope to accomplish? Wow.
So yes, the vassal inheritance ones. We've got one of those. I'm slightly worried by what might happen to England. So he's currently only direct heir to the kingdom. Is he? Oh no, he's also heir to. What else is he heir to? Count of Gloucester, Barony of Étampes. Well, that's not going to be a problem.
No.
Okay, I don't think that's actually a serious problem. And the others are fairly tiny places anyway.
Yeah. Background. Right, yeah, well, whatever.
And it would be embarrassing if we accidentally used the Kingdom of England, but I don't think we're going
It's
to.
true. So, I don't currently have anything spare, but I am.
Building a new one in Kent.
I am, and I don't want to build too many spare because I've got too many bloody sons. So, you are my cousin. Right, let's try and find you a. Let's just go through a little round of vassal fettling, everybody's favourite occupation. So, the Queen of Denmark likes me. The only thing she doesn't like is my being a terrible foreigner. Ditto the Despot of Wales. And the Queen of Carthaginiensis rather. And the Despot of Pannonia. The Exarch of Lotharingia. It's a good title, I like it. You want control of the Republic of Cumbria? Well, you're not going to get it. You do have a little thingy, don't you? Yeah. Leader of the Breton Revolt. Nothing in particular. Despot of Scotland. Do I have a spare cupbearer? I do not. I will. Leader of the Scottish Revolt. Despot of Novgorod. No, he's the current cupbearer. Well, on the plus side, he'll probably snuff it soon. I can get that.
You seem to scroll all the way to the bottom of the list.
I do appear to have scrolled all the way to the bottom of the list.
Offer of marriage.
Right. Yeah, that's fine. Despot of Brittany. Yeah. Oh, you're already Master of Horses. Doge of Cumbria. You're the Duke of Transurania. Let's make you look after swans. Duke of Munster is currently very happy because I pressed his claim, and then we're getting down to like minor titles. Okay, I think that my vassal situation is quite good. Oh, my truce against Poland is expiring. I wonder if they're going to be part of a defensive pact. You would think, and yes, oh look, it turns out that they totally are. So, what the hell is Norway doing over there? That's one of those interesting questions. So let's zoom out a bit. Let's see, is there anywhere that looks kind of worth? Oh dear, I'm ill. There might be some North African kingdoms that are or Middle Eastern kingdoms. Like the Abbasids are now down to like a perfectly reasonable sized kingdom.
I mean, to be fair, you have been called the Great for like a couple of decades now. So.
It's true. Obviously, they of course pass the Muslim Defensive Pact. Might have to move a bit further away.
I'm not sure that invading India is actually a wise move.
Oh, particularly since you can't sail there yet. What about the Ghaznavids though? They are not part of the thing. So, it's not worth going after any claims. I suspect most of them will not join a terrible infidel court, such as mine. Oh well, it was worth looking. So, is there anywhere somewhat proximate to me?
And places up here, if they're small enough, you may not need to worry about their defensive pact. You can blitzkrieg a tribe.
Well, provided the rest of the defensive pact is far enough away.
Yes, I suppose actually it depends on your distance from it, and you don't actually have many troops in this
out
part
here.
Of the world, do you?
No.
What's the map view second to last? Is that right? So I think now you can do something to select your realm. And then that, I think, shows you who is in the defensive pact against you, or who is in the defensive pact opposing England. Okay, if you mouse over other people, is the Holy Roman Empire then in the defensive pact against you? What? In the defensive pact. Okay, right. So, I think the dark grey represents the countries that are not in a defensive pact against you.
That's because Norway is allied to me. Pale grey. If I get down here, I start to get things that are in a defensive pact against.
Yeah, that are not in the defensive
pact against me.
There's that odd bit way up, right next to the Siberian wastes in the north that you could reach by ship if you felt like it. And yes, Norway. It looked like the corner of Spain had something as well.
Surely I have a pact with her. I do not have a pact
She has,
with her.
yes, alliances with many of her neighbours.
Ah, but a non-aggression pact with me.
Ah, right. So that's why she hasn't joined it. Because
Explains
you probably want to pick on
everything.
England again. Find people
Yes.
with defence pacts against you.
So
So small bits of Byzantine, of what was once the Byzantine Empire. Because there's a Byzantine
Byzantine
revolt.
revolt. Do I have any claims against a Byzantine revolt? I do not currently have any claims. Well, that kind of
So you
explains.
would have to. Well, you might be able to find a sub-realm of the Byzantine revolt that you can get a claimant on.
Well, I don't have anything to land anyone with at the moment.
Oh yes, that's true. So you have to wait something.
Canem exists. At least I have holdings like on the same continent. Although I suspect I can't get a claimant on there very easily. Right, okay, let's assume that until people leave the defensive pact, basically we should concentrate on our great works and, you know, whatever. Is the Holy Roman Empire really in a defensive pact against me? Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's a, you know, I mean, I've got stuff on like 2 continents, maybe 3 depending on where you count Asia as starting. You know, this is not some fly by night little empirette. So let's what I was going to check out while I'm waiting. I know that it's not in there, but I am going to bankroll some universities if I can. On the grounds that I think more technology is good. Speaking of which, I should go and look at some technology. La la la. Right. We can't afford any infantry exam advances. So what does cities and temples get me? Some stuff. Ooh, we can get some improved keeps, which unlocks some of that stuff. Oh, we can invest in some noble customs. Let's invest in some noble customs. Right. Does that open up anything good? Well, it's hard to tell at this point because I'm still building stuff. Right. You're my granddaughter. I think we should go for a matrilineal. We should try and go for a matrilineal marriage.
Or count on consent, sir. Someone with actual land.
He's in Croatia, which is interesting. Well, there's a Prince of Aragon.
Who's the heir to the kingdom.
Yeah. He's also a kinsman. I worry a little bit about what would happen.
Also, that means there's already a...
I mean, he's a bit useless.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's a serious problem.
But yeah, I think you're right. Let's go invite him to be king of whatnot. So, let's assign a guardian for her. I think if we're going for that, which is a useless trait. Right, there we are.
And so cheer up the Queen of Denmark.
That will also cheer up the Queen of Denmark, who also is actually quite useful. Right. So I'm going to make the lights flash faster on the grounds that until people leave the defensive pact, I should not be going to war with pretty much anyone. I should be focusing on my building programme. How is my tax programme going? Well, things are very expensive. English revolt war for Eowyn. Right, well, that's my minion's problem. Also, if you accidentally kill one of my sons, what a terrible shame. I can't remember if he's my son or not. But if he is my son, then it means that I don't have to worry about it inheriting out of the family. Or to the wrong branch of the family. Let's go out and see who is my currently one of my more miserable vassals. So Scotland is currently not very cheery. Let's send my Chancellor to Scotland. Let's fish you out to study technology, because I really could do with some. Constantinople's nice at this time of year.
Well, it's in the middle of a revolt.
It's in the middle of a revolt, but it's a highly educated revolt. I mean, if I nip over to the technology tab and then go and look at Constantinople, I mean there's lots of advances they can nick. We've finished building a castle in Kent. Well, that means that if I can find anything good,
You
say...
might be able to find a sub-realm of the Byzantine revolt, which would be
That is certainly true.
Normandy.
Let's... like, maybe Carvuna.
Of course, it would be entertaining just to take Constantinople.
Yeah. I'm not seeing it. She is a woman, my lord.
Hang on, no, she's not the. It looks like Constantinople may not be in the revolt. Sadly.
Yes, it's in the Byzantine Empire and occupied by the revolt. Damn it. Hang on, let's zoom out a bit so I can actually see.
So while you would raise the entire defensive pact.
Well, there's Lichnidos, which is nicely contiguous with me. He is more than one.
It's currently viceroyalty, but I presume that doesn't actually matter.
Right, then it can be a weak claim because it's currently ruled by a woman.
Yes. I think this works.
Right, well, let's invite Mr. What's-His-Face to court. Let's go side. Good lord. Right, let's...
You are running time very fast at the moment.
Yes, hang on, I should...
That's probably a bad idea if you're trying to start a war with someone who might vanish at any moment.
It's true, you're quite right. Anyway, so
You don't yet have the claimant landed, but
I do not have the claimant landed, but I want to look at the claimants list because I've forgotten who he was. Right, you.
there is, of course, an argument that you shouldn't land him just in case the war evaporates. But on
Yeah,
the other
but-
hand, it's not like building new holdings is very difficult.
Indeed. So let's do that. Let's find thingy. I have to declare war on the revolt. Hang on, let's at least check what the war score's doing. Well, it might evaporate before I get there. Let's see. Right, so that's to claim the effectively the duchy. State.
I'm happy to have headphones on and do things we keep going.
I don't have a strong view either way, but
We are at the early stages of the war at the moment, so we probably want to finish that one way or another.
And as long as you don't mind me talking to John in the background, or whatever.
Note that, of course, that will all be
broadcast
public stream.
on
That's true.
shit what digital stereo.
Well,
Well,
although, what? I never hear it.
I think
It's
your
true.
laptop's only got one microphone.
It's true. I have a plan.
Yeah, I'm
It involves ships. Let me just go and look at the Byzantine revolt and see how many people they've got, because I have. It turns out completely forgotten that. Okay, that's probably going to be fine.
Yeah, I don't think you actually.
I mean,
everything.
My biggest danger is, in fact, that the revolt war ends before.
Yes, I mean, you might want to beat up any Byzantine Empire armies you happen to come across. But,
It's true. They possibly want to assault some holdings in order to get things going quickly.
right, well, that didn't last long.
That did not indeed last long. Right, well, get back in there. You lot can be dismissed.
One of them can't because it's movement locked.
Oh yeah, your movement lock, but you were only going over there anyway. We can disband you. You get to go straight back over there. Select and disband. I think.
Not yet.
No. Okay. Right. Well, the Pope has died. Long live the Pope. Right, well, you've arrived, so we can disband you and disband you and disband you. And go look, we've got some more stuff in Westminster. Right. Well, that's probably not going to have done anything for my threat level.
No, it will have no effect on it. It will have slightly reduced it, but yeah, you probably didn't get into any fights, so you didn't even lose any troops.
No.
So I think your threat would have been utterly unaffected by that.
Yeah.
Oh no, it would have been slightly affected because it will have annoyed your vassals and hence reduced your
It's true.
troop numbers. And while that doesn't affect your numeric threat, it does make people more likely to use a defensive pact.
Right, let's build some more fortifications on Westminster. Well, in a while I could burn some more money. Let's make do I want to do something about the Cathars? Well, currently they're my minions' problem, so unless they manage to, try and raise a raise an army against me, I suspect benign what's name is the stoat du jour. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go upstairs and see if I can.
Ooh,
We can get things without.
that would be exciting.
It might work.
It might work. You never know. Let's do it. Well, let's make the lights flash faster while we hope for things to build. So, do I want to build some more holdings?
You don't currently have a spare one, so following the usual.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kent is full up. Sussex is full up. Widget.
The Isle of Wight can only have a city built.
City built. Right, we can build a castle in Winchester. Really?
So what is their war aiming to achieve? You might find that question out. Actually, if you are right, so if you offer peace and choose surrender, what does it do? So takes occupied titles, lots of odd things, and essentially loses you the counterproductive Britain. Right, okay. I was just wondering what they were actually aiming for. Like, if it was the emperor agrees to convert to Catharism, for instance,
Yes.
you might just shrug and accept it. But I think that actually needs a real holy war and not really merely a revolt. And curiously, there aren't many Cathars around to launch holy wars against you.
That's true. Right, anyway, since they're being pesky, get you off to proselytise. There, so you've done a good job in Scotland. I now have the happiest despot in Scotland. Let's go and cheer up a Martin in Gloucester. Gloucester. Thank you for saying a holding in Cornwall is under siege. Excuse me, I'm just going to go and squash this revolt. Oh dear. Compare. Right, we won. Gosh, that's a lot of messages. Quite a lot of people are being imprisoned by despot Martra II of England. I wonder what he's been doing. What a little scamp. Well, by building enough, holdings and so on, I am managing to burn through my Crusader leavings okay. Ooh, does that tip us over the balance anywhere? Not yet. Nearly. So, I can get a young thingy. Well, at this point, I don't think it's too hard work to keep up a mistress at this point. I'd just like to point that out. I know I'm 56.
And do you remember my Discord with 32 or 64 bit, but I can't really find out.
think we cross-graded it to 64-bit, I think.
Well, you did for something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm putting myself in charge of this in the vague hope that maybe I can snuff it in favour of my...
You had a button for doing precisely that,
I
and you decided not to.
I decided not to, because suicide is a sin, and I thought that, you know, if people work this out, my my son would suffer some kind of consequence. Oh dear. Right, you are an acceptable court chaplain. We need you to proselytise. Sod off to Brittany and get proselytising. Proselytising. Right, yes, whatever. I'm still going to run time quite fast on the grounds that it's a rather insignificant lot of little... One day my threat will be below 90%. Maybe before I die. Maybe not before I die.
So I'm trying thing.
You could try putting the headphones in. Oh, we won.
In the therapy playing game downstairs using the CD. I'm going to try and use the upstairs computer. I'm just installing Zoom on the upstairs computer. It should be fine. But I can put the iPad.
Wow,
There's
states.
also a bigger screen. Look at that. Bigger screen than downstairs.
Welsh War for Dublin has won. Ooh! Look at that little strip of pink. Clearly I need, like, one more territory or something, because then I'm pretty sure we'll be able to usurp it. Oh, we have built some castle fortifications in Westminster, everybody. Well, okay, I suppose we can build some more jousting lists and hope that unaccountably the culture remains Norman against all the odds. Okay, whatever.
From that time, 100 odd years ago, when Cecilia invited a bunch of her friends over.
Yes.
The king may be Greek, all the neighbours may be Anglo-Saxon, but
But damn it.
Middlesex is Norman.
Middlesex is Norman.
Look how big my screen is compared to me. It's enormous.
We'll see.
That's my little hand.
So, anyway, my vassals are getting on well at, I assume that Extremadura is indeed part of the defensive pact, and probably is for the rest of...
Find that out quickly.
People are joining the defensive pact, and honestly,
Probably means your armies are getting stronger.
it probably means my armies are getting stronger. How many? What are my armies? Oh, I've got 50,000 armies. Okay, fair point.
Yep. Every time your Chancellor does that, 53,000.
Yeah,
You just gained 4,000 troops.
it's true. Okay, I think we can leave him to...
Oh, there's a new Byzantine revolt.
There is a new Byzantine revolt.
This is very much like when you were Byzantine emperor, really.
It's true.
Got overthrown every 6 months or so.
Right, excuse me, I need to declare war on you. Hang on, let's just check. So you've got 10,000 troops and your score is currently... You're currently
Nicely
winning.
close to
Right,
neutral, if you
excellent. What we want is to claim.
Yes, because he had claims on 2 places.
Places, yes.
Looks like the other one was
So it's... I think, is it that and that, or is it just that?
I think both of those being highlighted in blue.
Yeah, okay, so... Right, off we go, we send. Right, so they have 7,000 troops there, therefore...
Let's go east.
Let's send that lot east.
What was that?
What would you describe CK2 as? A something simulator?
But the usual phrase for this kind of thing is grand strategy.
Grand strategy.
She's taking over Europe in Middle Ages.
Yeah.
Yep.
As you do.
So,
Between whites and smooth us and white. Let's try this white instead.
let's. Oh, okay. Well, I want to switch views to that view. Raise some ships. Stuff on ship. Come on ship in that direction. Right.
Okay.
Z. Raise vassal levy fleets. Stick on ship. You, however, I am confident enough to bring in over this way. Right. Brittany. Brittany's fleet. Insert. Breton Revolt. Breton Revolt fleet. Insert. You lot get to go over there. That's well. Wales. Ship. Inform ship insertion maneuver. Send over there. I think that's probably enough. And I do have the emergency reserve Scotland, which I can pick up over there and then ship over here. So maybe let's... Oh, I've got my fast stoked on there. Castle of Lefebvre. The Knights Templar have established a new holding in the county of Tiberias. Permission to settle there was granted to them by the noble Count Bernard of Tiberias. Their mighty castle will henceforth be known as Lefebvre. The infidels should tremble. Oh yeah, I remember that's a holding that at some point with something I have besieged at some point. Oh dear. No, that's good, that's good. Making bits out of... Okay, I've got a new despot in Novgorod. I'm holding in Astivus is under siege. Okay, that's from the revolt. That's fine. That's kind of what we expected. You lot, get in there. Oh my god, someone's left the defensive pact against me, but that's only critically because I'm in a war. Someone else has joined the defensive pact against me. Who are you? You're another
Yet
one of my
your
granddaughters.
multitudinous grandchildren.
Yeah. Well, I'm very tempted to betroth you to the Serene Doge of Venice.
Do you, well, yeah, I don't know if this will help at all. The main thing is that he'll probably die before she comes of age, and you'll have to remember to betroth her to someone else.
It's true.
Or, you know, someone will eventually ask for her.
This is weird.
Right, there we go. How are we doing? So let's apply a bit of army glue there and besiege Constantia. Oh, I've got a new Breton despot. And so right, let's glue you lot together. Hurl you lot off a ship and into the relevant whatnot. Right, let's hurl you off a ship and into that relevant whatnot. So I do have quite a large... Right, you lot. Get in there. That was not the button I meant to press. I think that was trade routes. At some point I could go and look and see how well all the trade routes are doing everywhere. But we'll see. So
Have you changed the volume? Where's your microphone? It's you, your own microphone. Is it all right?
There we go. Okay. Brilliant.
No, you didn't hit that correctly.
I really didn't, did I?
Okay, you'll have one.
Right. Okay. There we are. So now I've got 2 large fleets. Where are you going?
Actually, there appear to be 2 revolts there. I wonder what's going on there.
Oh yeah.
No,
So that's one Byzantine revolt. That's my Byzantine revolt.
right.
Um, oh, hang on. Didn't I give you a... No, okay, you're someone else. Can I get you anyone good? Matrilineally. Good lord, no, you're like just...
Try a countermate for that.
Was there?
Oh no, but he was at the Normandy, yes.
Yeah. Kind of not worth it. Let's betroth you to the Emir of Aswan, because I think that's... Well, yeah, but it's much more
doing
fun.
that kind of thing has the great advantage of that it might, well, actually, I don't know if it does make them happier, but it will probably give them a non-aggression pact.
It's true. So someone's accepted a peace otter. Scottish Revolt War has ended. English Revolt War is over. Right. Right. No, I don't want to become orthodox. Right, let's not be paranoid. Let's read the Orthodox Bible. We know how this goes by now.
After because you're a Cathar.
It happens. I have been blind, but now I see. No, I'm going to increase my already quite high piety. I know that my attempt to learn some stewardship is not going very well. Ooh, we have 10% war state.
So you may be able to assault.
Oops. Excuse me, I need to go and rescue my troops from the Byzantine Emperor. Actually, damn it. But I think I do need to do that. Let's briefly fish out my organiser. And I might as well stick Beorhtwine in there.
In that one, you might, in the eastern one, you might be able to assault.
Might as well try.
Because this is a war where you want to get more score.
Turn down time. Right, proud, tough soldier, skilled tactician.
Proud and skilled practitioner using tough soldier.
Tough soldier, right. Well, finally, you know, in my like 50s, I managed to, you know,
tough soldier improved your stewardship.
Right. Let's improve my intrigue because it's terrible. Right, so how's my fight against the Holy Roman Empire going? So
This will probably balance the war a little.
Yes.
Revolt's favour, which is pretty good. Although I think the revolt was winning last time. So can you assault the next one in the east?
That one. Not yet. Let's.
Not be cheap, but
Yes. Well, I will abort if it drops too low. Right, okay, that completed. So, that... So I'm going to march you lot over here.
Well, an unfortunate meeting with the Byzantine Empire army, but I'm not sure it's worth avoiding.
Yeah, but it's like 200 of theirs, so...
And settle down to re-besiege this
Sieging.
place, which unfortunately
What I will do is
was
take,
relieved
I
by
think, the extreme... I'll take the extreme... Hey, I did not unite you.
What? No, there's only one army there. The other one is fleeing.
Oh, he's fleeing, yes. Well, eventually it'll get somewhere and then I can turn it around and glue it together with a spare army that I
So
have
the
lying around.
revolt army is moving eastwards, which might become a concern.
It's true. Everyone's being released or ransomed from Despot Marchers. Right. Suspect I'll stop when I get to that independent duchy. Right. No, okay. Okay.
I think they're heading for the one place you currently control.
I think they are. Well, they could have headed over here. You know, it's not all, you know, there's plenty of bases I control. You know, they walk straight past 2 whole counties that are mine. Okay. You're just suffering a bit from being out of supply, yes.
Right, your fleeing army is flood.
Yes.
You could join them into a single army, which is probably easier.
Let's glue you together. Let's currently stick. Where's my organiser? I've lost my organiser. I might.
Melik's are, but he is really busy organising a different army.
Let's march them back over there.
Where's that 10,000 enemy troops going?
And they're going to Astibus.
I think they're heading down to meet you.
Right, let's. Right.
So
Currently fine. Dear. There we go. Unpause so we can actually get somewhere. County of Rusa has been converted to the Catholic faith. Jolly good. That's what we like to hear.
Okay, the walkthrough doesn't actually have the pages for the collapse freeway.
Okay, you're trying to besiege back. So hang on, what's that part?
that's actually besieging part of the
Fine.
Byzantine Empire.
Claire.
They haven't got all of it yet.
Yeah.
So make sure that your 10,000 army doesn't try to go through there. Good.
Yeah, neither of those are trying to go through it.
So you got the gate where you started, which is 1. 2
Right,
is
let's let time tick
well,
on.
it's not on the map, it's just Division 1.
Once you're
Actually set that lot to go into port.
2 is the dome where you've got
once your people are all in this western area,
Then I can think about attacking them, maybe.
yeah, actually you do want to win a battle against them.
Indeed, because otherwise I have to sit here for 3 bloody years.
You can't be confident their revolt will last 3 years.
Indeed. And this lot are coming through my territory, which is, of course, nice, because...
So you're at 3 currently, you've done 6 and 9 and 7 and 8 and 11. You haven't done 5,
Okay,
10 or 4.
so there we are. We are besieging.
They have no commanders at the moment.
Yeah.
That one has no commanders. Wow. I think this is going to be the army that we attack with. So let's make that one. That. Now we can make you Ulrich and Hubert. And
just put your flanker on in the centre.
And Theodorus and Hubert. Right.
Well, you've just moved Hubert from one flank to the other.
Oh, there's my flank.
Ulrich was
There,
the flank.
Ulrich. There's Ulrich. Right, there we are. Fix that. I am burning through court chaplains quite a lot at the moment. But whatever. Right. Fix my Cathar problem. What am I paying you for? So, oops, how's their siege going? Can't tell because it's not my territory. Right. So, if I glue you together, I think I should walk this lot into there.
Sounds like a plan.
Unpause so we can watch time tick on. Let's check you're not doing anything. Right, so there is a very big Byzantine Empire army over there.
That's fine.
They
have
are
no
a long
good
way
reason to
away.
attack you.
So the defenders have a fair bonus, but I do of course have the option of bringing 9,000 troops in, although I really don't want to have to abort this siege.
I think you'll be fine. I think you'll defeat their centre and then get a flanking advantage on their right.
It looks reasonable at the moment. Well, I've shattered one of their... Okay, yeah, that's looking good.
Their right has some advantages.
Yes. But I don't think it's going to be enough.
And this will certainly get you a lot of war score.
Oh, yes. And I might just march them in up here, because then at least I'm besieging somewhere that's next to my territory. Which means that it's a little bit better.
And this will probably rebalance the forces between the...
Alright, so I've got a couple of nice prisoners.
So yeah, I now head back into disputed territory.
Yes. Let's go into the disputed territory. At this rate, we might actually have finished besieging this sometime in the next millennium. Maybe even this decade. Who knows? That would be exciting. Will it not? Right, so they're in shattered retreat. We've actually besieged somewhere. I might just assault this place. I mean, it's a bit big, but
But you probably won't be getting into any more battles.
I won't be getting into any more battles. And even so, I've got like a perfectly intact 13,000 force sitting there, which is busy besieging stuff.
Oh, of course, you can see what's going on around Constantinople because your spy
My master's there. Yes. And admittedly, he's researching technology, but you know, it works, right? I'm unstressed by, you know, going to war. Ethics, we have heard of it. We have no truck with it. Let's just briefly check how the revolt is doing. Excellent. Right, they're in no danger of...
Yes, and you've just broken their army, so the war score will probably start shifting towards the Empire.
shortly, but hopefully, I can besiege that. I can assault that place now. Right. Okay, that wasn't even too expensive. Brilliant. Right. 95% war score. Let's assault that place. 100% war score. Release the peace altar. Woohoo! Right, my territory out here is starting to look less completely barking.
Well, it's kind of weirdly C-shaped.
It is weirdly C-shaped, but it's contiguous, right? Apart from this bit.
Yeah. But you've got a port on the Black Sea now.
I've got a port on the
That's
Black
nice.
Sea now, which is good. I mean, this will be great for future crusades. So while we're here, there is another Byzantine revolt. Do I?
I think that's the Byzantine revolt you were just fighting. Yes, I think that's the Byzantine revolt you were not fighting.
So,
I think your claimant on Serdica's even
he's landed.
landed.
It is
only a county.
It is only one county. Where is it?
It's
it
right
is
next door to your territory.
Right next door to my territory.
How scary is this revolt? And how well is their war going?
It's
Quite
about as
powerful.
scary, and they're currently winning.
Beautifully balanced.
Now, can I raise it? Well, I can declare war when my ships
It's
are on.
only on levies. That's
Levies.
the problem.
Right, let's just. Well, let's give it a go. Let's declare claim Serdica. Right, let's check. We do still have time turned down. So,
Basically, they're now in the situation where if anyone anywhere in Europe starts a revolt, they're going to get attacked by you.
it's true. So, they're that lot with the 6,000. I think I'm going to mass there. Right, let's march you straight into the disputed territory. Right, sub-realms, good old sub-realms. Right, Z, raise, bonge, get ships, bonge ship.
And there's also the breaking the doors
Yeah, well, let's go over there. No, I want to. If I raise England, I want to raise them by ship, and I will raise England. And raise ships.
I think the English fleet may be elsewhere.
Elsewhere, right, well, let's send you guys over there. I haven't raised Denmark for a little bit. Stick you on a ship. Stick you on a ship. And let's send you to our handy new Black Sea port. That'll work. Oh, of course, yes, the English fleet is over here, being in entirely the wrong place. Right. Oh, yeah, they're going over there. That's fine.
Yes, you sent them going there halfway through the last war.
Well, at the end of the last war, let's be strictly accurate here.
Right, you may have a problem.
I may have a problem. So they're going to end up in Astos.
Okay, that should be fine then. Yes, maybe you want to stick a organiser on there to accelerate them.
Do I have a spare? Because my main organiser is bringing my main
But like,
troops down from the
you can
north.
just borrow them.
It's true, I can, can't I?
I don't know if this will be enough to get them out of the way.
Right. Go to the English fleet. Shove on ship. Off to our handy new Black Sea port. Zoom out a bit. Yeah, that's enough to get them out of trouble. So now you're going to strip on. Right, now let's zoom in again so I can actually see any county names. So they're
Strimon
coming
is where
to
you were.
my, yes.
I think that revolt has no reason to fight you, so mostly you should be able
Should
to stay out
steer
of one
clear
another's
of
way.
it, yes.
So now you
You,
can put your organiser back where it was.
I can do that. I can glue you lot together, send you lot over there. I want my organiser back on. Where's my organiser? There is my organiser. There is the distinct sound of background zombie death with extra zombies. So where is the... That's the actual revolt army that I will one day be interested in fighting, but probably not till I get my, 10,000 troops here from all points further north. Right, I think we can zoom out a bit. Aha, so here we are. Here come the first of... Oh, I seem to have lost the... Okay, well, the revolt troops that I want to fight have gone out of view. Yay.
That will be my ancient box down here trying to display zoom.
So,
Is it this sound?
look, someone's joined the fence, backed against me. That never happens. Right.
It's the CK2 being run by someone else.
So there's an army from Castile there, and an army from England there. Right.
Well,
Yes,
you have some more armies.
I do. So, I can march them in and be besieging somewhere around
I
them.
would go for one adjacent to your existing siege at the very least, so that when an army goes up to fight them, you can join yours together.
It's true. Might actually, I might just send that lot straight in to bolster that siege because I've got bigger armies coming later. Right. While people are joining the defensive pact against me, Martra is busy being a total shit to all of his people. Now you're the correct revolt army. Excellent. Probably.
He's all organiser now on your moving army.
No, but he will be in just 1 second. Organiser. It's much easier to get organisers when you are in Central Europe and march everywhere. The broken glass method of zombie fighting. Right, so what are we doing? We are trying to take over some of Greece. I'm sure this place is full of extremely historical places and whatever that obviously you've totally heard of and that were very, very important 2,500 years ago. But my knowledge of Greek history is kind of patchy. Right, let's glue that lot together. Let's see if we can do anything with the stuff we've just nicked from Constantinople. Not yet. Wow. Right. Well, let's enjoy this relaxing and whatever it is in siege.
Finish column 1, start column 2, or is that okay.
Yes, I think my plan is to, if that's my 9,000 army, to maybe see if I can march them into here, provided, of course, that the Byzantine Emperor isn't in the way. So I think what I'll actually do is march it into Moesia and see what happens.
Well, you've got any craft and red dangerous, do you?
Right, so you, let's go find my organiser again.
You can't carry 4 medikits.
Let's
You can't carry 2 medikits.
march you over to Moesia. Yes, you look awfully like you're going to go to Moesia to fight the Byzantine Empire. To fight the revolt, I mean. Nicely.
Well, they might just be going into that county that the Revolt is occupying.
Hang on, I can dismiss all those fleets
I think so.
on the grounds that.
Are we missing something about that?
On the grounds that I have perfectly good territories over here now. I should remember to raise troops from Scotland next time. They haven't been raised for a bit. Because they don't have any. All their ports are a long way away, being as they are in Scotland. La 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 la. Right, one day we might actually finish besieging Serdica.
Why is there a KGS something there?
Oh, there's a convenient.
There is a
revolt
convenient
army
revolt army, right?
Which turns into a good thing.
I've got it here, don't worry.
Oh, twinner.
What have you got? Yeah, you've got that.
Right, off you go. There. Let's see if we can get some of our
Your
junior.
siege leader is idle.
Oh, hang on.
Literally.
Where's
Mayor
Miss?
of Harrow.
Oh yeah, right there we are. He can lead a siege.
Seems like a good
Might
plan.
actually be useful. Right, so you lot are marching. Let's actually make time go. You can march up and down on the spot for a while if you like, but this does not help you win the goddamn war.
Now, you can make a thing of the alcohol that takes the night up.
Right. Yes, we've arrived in Adrianopolis and we are now trying to kick that lot. An embarrassed huff from nearby. Enemy commander. Right, I can chase
Carrying the lit bars on cocktails.
down for a personal duel. Oh, go on. Probably should have checked my personal wombat skill before doing that. Oh, even though I'm ancient, I have just so many buffs that even though I am, you know, in military terms using a Zimmer frame, it just doesn't hurt, right? Okay. Right, 10% more score for besieging Serdica. We have started besieging somewhere in Moesia.
What's it actually called? Is it called?
There's an army heading into Moesia.
Yes. Excuse me, let's just zoom in a bit and see. That one, I think.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, well, you might be able to do that fast enough. I mean, if not, you send those 8,000 troops in behind them.
Yes, well I will do. If I can't get out quickly enough. I mean, we will be done here very shortly. Do I leave them stay put as a...
No, because that's mostly an Empire army, and if you can avoid fighting it, that's better.
Right, they're locked, but
Oh, you've got stuck into a battle with the
with the
Empire.
Empire. Right.
Well, they're going now, so I'm not sure that's wise.
Well, I can always stop them when they get to
You were trying to get the
the Empire. Of course, here I should not be an attacker in this army.
Yeah, you were an attacker when you arrived, I think.
Yes, but
so yes, you may want now to be careful what you're doing and who's going where.
right. So this.
So in particular, look at how many troops are coming from whom to where, all that kind of thing.
I think I'm going to leave that lot there. That does leave us oversupply in this place, but I think I can... Oh, I can't attempt an assault because I'm not leading the siege. Fine, you weirdos.
So, yes. Maybe you don't want them to be there.
Yes.
Because I don't think there's actually a problem with them being back in Moesia now.
Yeah, let's actually take the larger lot over to Moesia. And this lot can go to Moesia, hopefully, if they win.
Actually, it looks like
It's
they
just
might.
looking quite likely. I mean, it's not perfect chance. Okay.
Problem of when your when your vassals raise a revolt against you, you get the English army coming down on you and just fighting anyone who happens
to be in the
nearby.
way. Well, they walked straight into me. I was perfectly reasonably sitting there.
You even tried to get out of the way.
That no, you were not. Like, right, let's get you lot into
Will that be oversupply
barely.
Barely. So who's taken over the right, yes, the problem is that Castile is getting all of the occupation for that, it looks like.
Yes. Yes. Maybe I should march you over there and get Castile to bugger off somewhere. What's the supply limit there? Let's take my smaller army over there. So what have we got there? We've got 10% for occupation and 22% for a big battle. And nothing for... So, Serdica,
Oh right, so that occupation has got you some war score. Okay.
yes. Ooh, 47%.
Okay,
Because
that is actually getting
war score, so that's okay.
We don't quite know what Castile's doing there.
No, but...
But right, is Castile one of your vassals?
I don't know. Yes.
Right, okay. So if they manage to take some territory,
True,
it's
then
not
that's-
exactly as if that's going to hurt you.
Be a terrible thing, yes. Well, while it's besieging, let's make time tick a bit quicker as we wait. Okay. What are you guys doing up in Scotland? I will have to take you away and make you fight a war for me at some point, because, I mean, really, this is ridiculous. Okay. What are we doing? Right. Okay, ooh, that's an assaultable fort. It is a 5.5 fort, and we're besieging it quite quickly, so maybe we should be possessed of patience. I mean, this is tricky, but yeah.
But you have done a decent job of... Well, I mean, you could check the current war score in the revolt, just to make sure it's not about to end.
That's true. Okay,
Nice.
it's fine. Right, that's got us 57% war score. Let's just check that where they're besieging is. Okay, yeah, that's feasible for them to besiege. I will assault this one when we have the whatnot. I might not besiege that one, I will just wait for it to happen.
There's a 7,000 strong Byzantine Empire
Yeah.
force there, but I think that's heading west. Is that a Byzantine revolt on the Adriatic? Oh, it's vanished. Oh well. There was an army. There was a revolt
Yeah.
of some sort there. Oh, right,
But
so
basically I
Castile
will-
have finished there.
Castile finished theirs, which has got us up to 86% war score. Invite to plot to see my daughter-in-law dead. No, thank you. Oh
Ooh.
dear, my best son has snuffed it. Is he any good? Well, he's a bit useless. Oh well, we'll just have to see what happens to him. La la la, one day we'll finish besieging this fort. We'll finish besieging that fort. That's occupied by the Byzantine revolt. That's fine. You can sit over there and besiege it happily. We will let you do that. Sod it, I'm going to assault Irinopolis. 100% more score. Release the peace otter. Right. Off we go. You can all march into our new shiny county of Serdica. Which is owned by, right, Castile. Okay, let's go see what our vassal situation's looking like. Despot of Castile is currently miserable. Hey,
Well, Mount Ocean in front there.
mostly, right. Mostly the kind of thing where a little, affection from our Chancellor will sort that out. Right, so there we go.
Right, so I think all the Byzantine revolts you've now. I think there are only 2 Byzantine revolts that you have.
I've fought with both of them.
You now have a truce with them both.
There's no revolts with the Holy Roman Empire. Okay, those aren't revolts, those are now. Let's check, do we still have a pact with Norway? Yes. Right, so
You can technically break non-aggression pacts, but
yeah, but the problem there is I think like everyone and his wife will then feel like they could join in the war.
Yes, apparently in Watford, you went to the Doman here and one had an empty big canister and one had a small.
So we're nearly finished with some stuff in thingy. So I have a spare barony should we ever find anyone ever in the entire history of the universe who is not currently in a defensive pact with me, against me, by with or from me. So we're still upgrading Westminster. We have a university coming. Right, let's reward my Mysticos. Bishopric. City of Fulham. I mean, it's not mine, but that's such a small amount to spend to bolster things.
got immediately buggered off.
Let's see if... Okay, 19 is a perfectly acceptable thing.
Well, you can visit all the
Let's
locations.
send you off
Once you
there.
finish the location, it becomes locked off. When you officially finish the location.
So yes, there's a revolt there. That battle
So,
on the screen.
where are you?
Oh right, that's peasant revolt. Okay, peasant revolt.
No. Do I have any good commanders lying around?
Yes, you have a new despot of England.
I have a new despot of England.
Between Madison 9 and 45th or something there, apparently.
Gosh, he does not like me.
Usual reasons.
Plus, he's ambitious. Unfortunately, when did we move? We can't move him till April. Still, that's not very far away at this speed. Someone left the defensive pact.
The Holy
The
Roman
Emperor has left the defensive pact. Let's just see what my troops are. Okay, my troops are acceptable.
You could take the Holy Roman Empire.
I can totes take the Holy Roman Empire, particularly since they have no money. they don't have any good pacts with anyone. Do I have any good claims is the question. So I have a claim on Baden, which is at least it's 2 counties contiguous to my empire. I would have to land in, but fortunately we have a thing that's a single county. Franconia, however, is what's that?
Oh, 4 counties.
Jülich. So Franconia is currently our lead contender.
I know, but what have you found? Why is it interesting? This is what is called the downtown.
Torgau is 2 counties, so not as interesting. And we've got a bunch of de jure claims on counties, so
We've got several possible claimants for Franconia.
it's true for Franconia. So we have the court chaplain of Trier. Obviously, he is a bad choice because he's got no heir.
Well, you have 2 daughters.
Yeah.
Might be affected, but still carry on.
Yeah.
So we have him.
So he's got a daughter. Or him, he's got
And
no
a dead
daughter.
son. Okay, any furthers?
What was that? Any what?
So those 3.
Yeah. Oh, I've got a truce against the Holy Roman Empire.
So
That's why he's not part of the defensive pact against me.
that actually makes a difference. But,
I don't know.
so yes, we will have to wait until the treaty expires.
Yes.
And then see what claimants we have.
So the Byzantine Empire is part of the defensive pact.
Pretty much everyone will be. Well, okay. That Byzantine revolt isn't, but you have. Do you have? I presume you have a truce with them.
With Margarita. Yes, I do, because I got a truce breaker notice there. She's part of a defensive pact. King of Sicily is part of a defensive pact. So is Poland. Pechenegs. Norway, we've got a thing with Jerusalem part of the defensive pact. So is Estonia. Chernihiv. Norway.
You actually got a
Defensive.
treaty
What was that?
You actually got a non-aggression pact with Norway.
Pretty sure I do.
I thought where it should have shown you, it didn't show you. So okay, yes, it
Yes,
is
I
there.
really do. Right, let's wait for people to calm down.
Spot any.
Oh, I can now move.
Yes.
So that's 10.
Right, let's improve relations with Bath. Oh, there's raiders.
It appears to be a prince, not a king. Are you sure that's the
Street drawing
I mean, it's nice, but I think they've moved north. The capital's now in Gloucester rather than Bath.
Damn it!
So
Well,
it
I
looks
can
like-
move him in 6 months' time. One day,
You should have
some.
a bunch of raiders in Middlesex. You might want to give them a quick thrashing. That's why part of Wales, which is a big bit of why it came up in such a small army.
Well, let's march you into Essex, and then we can go and kick some raiders.
I might want to wait for you. I think they're leaving
They're going to the Strait of Dover. Well, let's wait for them to off the sod properly, and then we can.
right, they've gone.
Oh well, there we go. Dismissed, and that will improve my vassal relations a bit by not having raised anything. One day,
Oh, they turned up in Winchester now.
right, so I can.
To get to the countdown checkpoint, you either get there from the stairs to the south, or
Oh, let's lose 5 gold to cheer up the wife.
go up to the record store.
Not that she's very useful right now because I can't have any more children. But there we go. There are raiders again. Can I be bothered?
Remember that they apparently have 0 happiness.
You've got 11, 8, 3, 1, 5, 6, 9, 2. Yes, the question mark.
I think if I start watching now, that would be acceptable.
And 2 blocks up from that, to the right of the no gas thing is fine. Yeah. Which is the hollowed out building.
Okay. Dismiss my troops.
Drew it to death.
There we go. Dismiss troops. Hang around waiting for.
Probably worth zooming out so you can see any revolts that start moving.
It's true. In the hope that one day my great buildings finish building. Right, so. It's not for another 10 years or so that we can go on crusade again. Yeah. Well, that's fine. That's what my son is for.
To the right of that, the smaller of those
I'm sure Theodoros the Dove will turn out to be a great crusader.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's why you're always going forward.
Well, the dove is usually one that a nickname I give when they ask for a good nickname, and I don't want to lose the prestige of calling them the courageous or the Stoke Hamster or whatever.
So in this kind of area, there is a hollowed out building.
So,
That looks good.
Mr. Bond, what are we doing? We are waiting for time to pass and for people to decide that honestly, right now, I am the fluffiest bunny of an emperor and there's nothing to do. Let's zoom out even more so we can see if there are any revolts anywhere. Unfortunately, at the moment, the
Just the 2 Byzantine
Turn
revolts
revolts.
that you've already fought and taken territory off.
So Lithuania then. Oh, you're part of the defensive pact. Well, I thought I'd look.
Yes, obviously taking the kingdom of Lithuania would be a good plan because it's huge.
Well, yes,
And a kingdom rather than an empire.
indeed. It's even quite a weedy kingdom, which explains why it's part of the defensive pact.
Taking out to the left on that ledge.
La 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 la. Ward.
No. Try again. You've run away from it. It was on the 4 next to it.
Right, so you're 24 and Hubert is 22. Right, you're now my new marshal. Right. Let's get you researching military technology. Let's see if Winchester's got anything going for it. I'm not quite sure why I've got so many people joining my court.
Presume that I suspect one of your
Yeah.
one of your sons has died and your daughter-in-law has
Has
turned
a
up,
top.
something like that.
And I've got a Normandy kicking around.
Or
over
yes,
here.
who's his father then? Your son, King of Just, has somehow ended up back in your court.
Court, yes. Let's betroth you to that countess. Let's assign you a guardian. A guardian. A guardian that's a... Right, well, yeah, you'll do.
I take down the stairs and go around the corner in case someone Just check that the border in case there's some stuff there.
I ended up with some. Okay.
Is that a Muslim granddaughter?
Yeah, well, all of these lots seem to have ended up Muslim.
Oh, is it the same slot? Okay.
Let's try matrilineal. Okay, let's not try matrilineal marrying her.
Right then, I think you're now
I'm slightly inclined to marry her to Ruthenia.
It is also the 11 if you're Rush Red, exactly 11. Will you be summoned?
And let's assign her a guardian. Let us assign her a guardian who is proficient in pointy sticks.
Well, we know that we can stop
Oh,
there
let's
or
make it
carry
me.
her back or something, take along to do whatever it is. Never mind.
And Chrysanthos to Normandy.
There is one.
And let's try and assign him a guardian that's. Yeah, I'll cheer him up again as well. Right. Do I have any good?
You've got the one who just fired as
As a council? Marshal, yes.
Look out. Bang.
Right.
I did briefly refuse that as Princess Antipasta.
Yes. Okay, let's ransom my granddaughter. Oh, let's see if I've got any more prisoners to let out.
I guess that's the great war locations.
Wow. Gosh, they wanted the captain of the Varangian card back quite badly. 141. 141. Right.
You've
So
got 2 more requests waiting for your attention.
invite to plot. I don't. No. You're trying to kill your wife. No. You can look at how to kill her on your own. Yeah, I do want my granddaughter back. Okay, I kind of wanted my granddaughter back. God damn it.
Is the King of England still annoyed with you to make him her guardian?
It's true. Right, well, what a pity that we have the wrong everything. I mean, we'll just have to, you know.
You make the King of England her guardian, then he'll cheer up.
No. It's true. Unfortunately, I think he's terrible.
So,
What is it anyway?
It doesn't appear on my list.
oh, maybe he was busy.
It's possible he is maxed out. Anyway, I'm going to pick me. Right. Scottish Ducal War, like whatever. Right. So what are you doing, you lot? Anyone got any good wars on? Other than the people, whatever. Right.
Something are only 3 defensive pacts opposing you now. I mean, that's a reasonably large number nonetheless, because that's presumably 1 Muslim, 1 pagan, and 1 Christian. There were 4 for a little while.
Yes.
And we now have a maximal sized lighthouse.
So I do. So, Eye of London, you say. What have we got? I feel we should perhaps build some royal appointments. If not for us, then for our grandchildren. And possibly some spikes or a tower. Well, I think we should build the royal apartments. So, how's Kern doing? Nearly there.
In the vault.
74%.
In the vault are several useful items.
There we go.
Oh, that's probably a peasant revolt, isn't it?
What was that?
There's a revolt in northern Poland, but I think it's a peasant revolt.
It's a peasant revolt, and it's right. Well, that
That
everyone.
was sadly not the right place to
It's
be.
not. Let's just check. That is. It's Catholic. It's a.
Right, okay. It's
Not.
another kind of revolt.
But it's still fundamentally. Right. Let's go. Shuffle you around. You get to go to. Cheer up, despot Beorhtwine of England. Right, let's zoom out again in the hope that someone somewhere will be having a war.
Hungary is invading Sicily.
I don't think that helps much though, does it? Because we need revolts. Because
Well, the only interesting thing is I think you might be able to take over that war without activating defensive pact, so you might want to just confirm that Hungary will win in a war against Sicily.
There's the letter which we just got. There's also something else to find. At least.
So we have about 3,000 troops.
There should be something in one of the safe deposit boxes.
And Hungary has been fairly close.
yeah.
So I think, well, I might want to check this up, you can ask to join the war and this won't activate the defensive pact, I think.
Right.
But I might just check.
Well, so offer to join war.
So yes, I think that will be,
Safe.
but I will just
Okay. I will just wait a couple of seconds or a minute or two just to think.
Well, if you select that button, it will give you a box which may give us some information on the
That's
facts that occur.
True.
So if you select that,
I'm sure the numbers are important to you.
And it's not warning that.
well, select that one so that doesn't appear to that doesn't seem to suggest that anything very exciting will happen.
Yes.
That's it for picking this up. You may now leave.
But I will just, excuse me, let's still load in Wikiday. Good job I know which page this is on.
There's actually a Croatian revolt that's trying to take this off Sicily,
Oh, right.
as well as the Hungarian lot that look like they're. Yeah. Well, it seems like an awful effort to go to for one county when it should be my.
If you die, there'll be a checkpoint not long ago. checkpoint. Why aren't you using the machete? Oh,
Confused why the red brows are not behaving correctly.
Jolly good. I can just listen to the
So,
sounds of
You can
deceasing
join certain
zombies.
vassal wars. Joining a vassal's war does not activate defensive pacts against you.
Okay.
So you can do that, and if he agrees, I think that will
Go on your arm.
then actually cause him to leave the war,
It is 10 past 11.
and you can now raise troops yourself. You probably can't raise as many.
I don't seem to raise it. Okay, there we go.
So you'll probably want to raise some troops from your other territories, but unlike him, you can raise troops from your other territories.
Like Castile, for instance.
And the Clayton as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. Fine.
That one.
I value something.
Oh no, it's that one. Yeah.
You're not completely
It's not you lot over there. Do I have anyone else good nearby? Scotland. Well, let's march you into Sicily.
That's the official name.
Ward. Yes, that is the disputed territory. Good, right. Okay, yes. Okay. On the plus side, our truce with the Holy Roman Empire is expiring. And we might have some. He might not be part of the defensive pact again, but we'll see. Right, okay. We are one nice united army. Shove you off over there. So you are the Sicilian army, excellent, but I'm sitting here with this siege. Right, okay. I don't think there's a problem here. Let's just let you besiege Capua. We've come to wife it worthily in Capua.
Yes, of course, for once you're not. This is not a desperately hurried war because you're trying to get it done before the revolt ends.
Yeah, I can just sit down and wait.
Noting that one of those revolts is still going on.
Yep,
I think possibly both of them are. I'm not sure.
it's possible. Okay, well, someone's going after Vladimir. That's good. We like our vassals to get involved like that. We think it's good for their morale or something. Oops! Stop scrolling. No, no, stop scrolling that way. That's not what I want you to do. Right. La 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 la. Ward. Okay. Right. La 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 la. I assume that in theory I could ask to join defensive pacts against other people, so I could try and join a defensive pact against the Holy Roman Empire or something.
I think you can, yes.
Although of course no one would join a defensive pact with me against the Holy Roman Empire. Well, I suppose it's
Yes,
a defensive
It
pact.
smells really tipsy, actually.
Yes, I noticed.
Okay,
I think that was merely a response to my Moople like
okay.
ages ago.
Skukulweddle.
Possibly that too.
Okay, so they've got an army of 4,000
I wonder
there.
if you get that comment from earlier, he did it competently.
Okay, we have besieged somewhere.
Right then.
Sadly, I think
What
it
was
may
that
not be on
with
your own
my
behalf.
Oh. Let's stick some good okay, right, you'll do. Let's go and fight that army. It's a laugh in it. It's occupied by Croatia. Oh, I've got a new Doge of Cumbria.
It's positional to assign them as high armour.
It's true. But I can do that after I've dealt with this little war. So, I think my plan is to try and kick the Sicilian army, which is so far going okay, and then go and sit in this bit of Sicily, which is handily nearby.
Ooh, you've lost one flank.
Yes,
Those there.
yes.
You've lost two flanks.
Yes,
Those there.
honestly. What are my
You've
commanders
lost all your
doing?
flanks. Oh, that was unfortunate.
Yes, that's somewhat unexpected. Right, okay, that's got me minus 6% war score, and I assume
And the,
I'm in
King of-
shattered
King of
retreat.
Hungary is laughing at you.
It's true.
How on earth did you manage, as Basileus of the Empire of England, to lose a battle with Sicily?
I have no idea. If I knew,
Oh well, you flee into Pannonia, pick up some reinforcements.
reinforcements
come
and
back.
wander back, yes.
Meanwhile, we'll take some other territory off them.
Yeah.
Happily, they're busy besieging Croatia, are they? Or is that another bit of your territory?
It's an independent county.
Oh, okay. So there's a different war again.
Yeah. So, you're my granddaughter, H6. Can I get a good matrilineal marriage? Ha ha ha. Prince of Novgorod, you'll do.
If you sort by rank, then you can see if any of your anyone who you might actually want to cheer up is available.
Like the Doge of Cumbria. Right. The famous Scottish Muslim population. I'm sure there actually is a sizable Scottish Muslim population these days. Just not sure there was in the year 1223. Come on, stop being in shattered retreat. You're in your own territory, get a grip. I don't know what you were doing to be defeated by the Sicilian army in the first place. I know I'll do a little check to make sure that, like, all of my best commanders are there. Maybe I should put my siege leader onto this. La, la, la. Lord, right, so there we go. Right, you're all perfectly cromulent whatnot. Let's try and head back to Sicily. Let's also find you. There we go, so we can get there in less than geological time. Right. Right, let's Excellent. I've turned my granddaughter gregarious. Ooh.
Oh! Oh right, is that just some raiders besieging Middlesex?
Yeah.
If it was, they stopped. Oh, there's an English revolt going on apparently.
Right, well, it's not very helpful. Right, what are we besieging? Aquino.
Oh, is that a new Byzantine revolt? That coat of arms just south of Sicily, where you currently are? The stripy black and... No, but southwest of where the pointer is, south of where the pointer is.
That one.
South.
Oh, that one. Right,
yes.
yes.
I think that's a Byzantine revolt you haven't got a truce with.
Well, I can check.
Yeah. You don't?
Oh.
No, you currently have levies.
Oh, it was raised.
Yes, I think that's one you haven't got a truce with, so...
I think that's true, but I don't know that I've got any good claims on any of
not
it.
yet. You've got a spec.
I think
castle
I've
again,
got a
so-
spare castle, so...
Once you finish dealing with Sicily,
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I might have a better chance with the Holy Roman Empire because I've got, like, there's a good place to go for that.
you're about to get into a war with the Sicilian army again.
Yes. But I'm fairly motivated. I've got some very good commanders in there. So I'm hoping that this time I won't be beset by the incompetent Stokes that were involved last time for no readily apparent reason. And they've got a commander there with 6. Who's doing rather better than the one with 12, but whatever. Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, there's no picture of that. They always draw.
Right, this is more like it. Why didn't you do this last time?
That should be a
And I assume ultimately there's some probabilistic thing where you've still got a chance of pulling off one of those sort of unbelievable victories against the entire universe every now and then, because in fact they did actually happen. What's that?
You've got things with all sorts of oddities all over there.
But I mean, that looks like I've sorted out my local problems. No trouble. Right, so how are we doing here? We are doing quite well. Right, that's got us up to 11% full score, and a battle that's got us 14%. Good. Let's just see how much more of Sicily there is. Quite a lot. Okay, we've actually got besieged somewhere. Right, well, let's walk into the next county along that's part of Sicily and not the independent county of Naples. Okay, so is it worth carrying on besieging that given that other people are besieging there, or should I walk them down to...
If you're the leader of the city...
I am
Or
not.
not. Yeah, I
I've
think
got...
in that case you may as well...
I think we go on a little trip to Italy. Yeah.
Do we know what that war is for? It's Sicily, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I say it's more trouble under a TV than TV trouble in person.
Kingdom of Sicily. Ooh, interesting.
Canton of Varazdan and County of Pecor.
Is that the one you're in?
Yeah.
Right, okay. How's the war scoring there going?
0%.
0, right, okay, so you are actually doing better.
Yes.
Oh,
And so
Sicily's
what I
trying
want to
say
do
no.
is wander off and make it as hard for them as possible to besiege things. Siege of Ascoli. So well down into the bit of Italy I don't know at all well. Benevento, which at least I've heard of, Avellino, and Montemarano. Right, so where are you? Right. Is he any good? Next time I have any spare commander slots, I might get one of my grandsons to get fighting. La la la. La la la. Sieges are still very tedious. Actually, let's make the lights flash faster. There is a small Sicilian army there, but I'm not really worried by it. You're hostile. Who are you? You're the Bosnian army. Right, well, okay. I can understand why you might be hostile. If only just on general principles. Oh, that's held by the Holy Roman Empire, which is why I can't hold all of it. 23% war score. What are we besieging now? Avellino. In a bit. Okay. What are we besieging there? Foggia. And then Lucara, Siponto, and Troia. Which is presumably named after Troy in the Peloponnese. Oh yeah, do I have anyone I can release from my dungeon? No. Right, so there is a fairly large Sicilian army there, but I think my best technique is just... Oh, right, well, there we go. Okay, let's march you lot over there.
So I think the Despot Penang died.
I have a feeling that's... Yes.
Pursuing.
It's true, it was. So, Mr. Bond.
No, an Aquitanian.
So, but first, let's go and see if the Kaiser is not currently in. Oh, I can't test that. What I can test, of course, is whether the... Where's the Aquitanian revolt?
South of the county you were pointing at.
Oh yeah, it's large and purple. Right, so here we have the Aquitanian revolt. We do not have a casus belli again. Okay.
Yes, you have a casus belli. You don't have it. You have.
What I have is inconveniently located levies. Right, yes, well. Let's just wait for everyone to hike across the Apennines. It'll be fine. Actually, that's not the Apennines, is it? I have no idea what's...
Is, but they're going round them anyway.
Oh, we nearly got a Grand Cathedral. We've had a couple of cheerings up of Beorhtwine, which might mean that we can raise some troops. Okay, we're up to nearly 50,000. Right, okay. Dismiss all of you. So, right. Aquitanian revolt, you say. What? Cases? It's not a very good one. On behalf of someone unlanded. So we've got Baden, which is 2 counties contiguous
Not that one.
to what we've got.
Franconia, but you're going to have to land for it.
Someone. I think,
You've lost one of the possible claimants.
yes.
So
Right.
Commander of Lotharingia, who has I think, daughter.
So, right, let's grant him the barony of Porchester. Let's find the Holy Roman Empire again. Let's double check they don't have any good pacts. Ooh, they do have pacts with Corsica, which is something and the thing, which takes us up to very nearly equal. But I have a lot more money and I can raise my honour guard. And I do have a lot more money than they do.
And you're in fuel war.
It just says King of the Road for
I'll say that one.
And what I should do is, do I have any spare minor titles at this point?
Yes.
I've got a lot of them. So, right, because it's just before the end of the month, now is a very good time to find my vassals. In the military tab, sort by total strength, and cheer up. I can't cheer him up. I can cheer up Scotland. Let's cheer him up with horses. He's maximally cheerful. Let's cheer him up with hunting. That's kingdom. Right, you're a woman, but I can make you High Almoner. I know it's traditional to make thingy High Almoner. Right, Kingdom of England, I can get them over 20 by...
That doesn't make much difference.
I think getting them...
Because you're currently autonomous vassal, so minimum 0 anyway.
Oh, right. But anyway, I can up him a thing. He's a revolt. He's the Kingdom of Castile. Do I have... right, well, I can make you cupbearer. Right. Let's take that over the end of the month. Well, that's cheered people up a bit. I don't want to put him on a job. I want to have him available to lead troops. So, Mr. Bond, do we declare war on the Holy Roman Empire again? Yes, because they've suffered some deal of attrition. Right, now is a very good time to go, excuse me, I'm terribly sorry, but you appear to have Franconia. Right. Send. Let's turn time down. Let's see which random sub-realms we have.
It looks like you have convenient bits of Pannonia and Denmark there.
Yeah.
As well as, of course, Lotharingia. So still, yes, there's a patch of Denmark there.
That's Scotland.
No, next to Lotharingia. Southeast of Lotharingia.
Right there.
Oh yeah. And there's Scotland. That's Brittany. That's the Breton Revolt. That's England. Is that England? It is England. And Wales. Right, let's stick you onto some ships. Bring you over there. You lot, let's muster over there. You lot.
Raise Munster and
Oh yeah, good point. Let's march you lot into there.
Apparently if you sneak round while we're coming up straight away,
So,
then you'll be looking at the
are there any
two,
convenient
three,
battles you can get into quickly?
such the one with Flamrosa.
You, I think, can get into that one.
So I'd be kind of tempted to send your 4,176 eastwards with an organiser and meet up with their 1377 because that's going to be an easy win. But an easy big win. No, the next one south, I think. The big,
Sorry,
take out
Bard.
their bigger arm.
Yeah.
Make sure you've got some good commanders in. You've got three good commanders. This is just like that's a big battle you can get fast.
Yeah.
And I think is a good use of a. Oh, was that a second organiser?
I got neither. I don't know where you gone.
Frederique.
Okay.
Yeah, Scottish
Maybe
Castile.
you're something more as
Oh, yeah, okay, he is. Right, let's stick him in there.
Useful for another organiser right now, but
Well, I do. It's to zip him up here to get involved with what's going on up there. Right. You lot. Let's Avengers assemble over here. Right. And there's a couple of armies there. Right, let's zoom out one notch. Right, I think we do that. Ooh, have I raised Pannonia?
yes.
Yes. Okay. No, I haven't, but we totally can. Said. Raise local leash, levy fleet, insert onto ship, ship across channel. Right, that will help. Although maybe, well, maybe I should leave them nearby so I can. Right. So you lot, I now want to move over there to do that thing. Pause. Glue together. Right, you lot. I now want. Let's. So can I thin out any of these armies up here? So you're going to Meyersburg, you're going to Weyburn. Who is Weyburn? Can't even work out where you're going. You're going to Gallera, which is I think, and you're going to Gallera.
Can you get your 6063 to catch that?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You can put one of your organisers on it.
Zoom out a bit. Right, okay, I think you're large enough to go in there. Let's switch back to a sensible view. Okay. So where are you going? You're going to Württemberg. Where's Württemberg? Right, I don't want you besieging Baden. If you're going to be anywhere, you should be in the target territory. You need to be in the target territory. Right. Okay, so that's 6,000. Right, so now I've got 6,000 there. Let's get you towards this territory. territory.
6,000 sadly has a terrible set of commanders.
What was that? Okay.
Yes, it kind of does, but
I wasn't going to bother suggesting reorganising that because it was liable to just break one of your other armies, and that one was so overpowered for the job it was needed for.
it's true.
Oh, you can you crawl? Have you got? Is it normal?
Let's also
I think you can go on
do
your
you together
commander course, haven't you?
as we march you over there. So you're done now.
I think you just go high.
So you pause. You lot get over there.
If you can stealth from home.
Let's get my siege leader, assuming my siege leader is still alive,
Well, that'll be the work.
in there. Right.
Well, the one grass seems to get shorter, what's it? Ooh.
The pending battle.
Oh, I finished building stuff in the Eye of London. I'm just going
have
to.
quiet conversations in your royal apartments.
I can have quiet
Have
conversation.
Extra sex appeal.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's so essential when I'm like 5,000 years old.
And married.
I'm married. So, local movement, siege defense, prestige.
Any other?
Let's improve that.
Shocked you there with
On the grounds that better siege defence in Middlesex is not a bad thing, on the grounds that everyone keeps trying to besiege me there. Which, you know, I think is a pretty powerful reason. No, this lot. Right, let's glue you lot together. Right, so there's a battle over there, but I'm not worried about that because, like, I have several thousand crack troops there. Yeah.
That was good narrow flank advantage in this one.
Yeah, but right, so you are not doing anything. I think we can march you to there. Well, I mean, you can try and besiege me with like 23 people, but you can be a giant otter. Right, let's glue that lot together. Right, okay, I don't think there's any large armies that I need to worry about right now. I should just get on with besieging the key areas. There is going to be a fight there.
Oh,
Ooh.
16,000 troops incoming. Right, I would redirect your fort and redirect the incoming 6,000 from up there and possibly make sure they've got an organiser.
They do have that one has an organiser on.
That one will probably be too late.
Well, let's.
Will be unnecessary rather than
Yeah.
that they'll be doomed because once you're 6,000 get there, I think you will.
Right, okay, and I've got reasonable commanders sitting in there to start with. So. Right, how is the fight going? Right, so we've got 11% war score for besieging. Well, let's just check what our war score is doing. 2% from battles, so we kind of want to win this one. Right, you're going to get in there very quickly. Come on, get in there.
Which is ridiculous to fish there, given how utterly minor it is percentage-wise. And it's fish that no one in this country likes really either.
Inspired defensive tactic. Right, I now have
There's no
a
mention of
slight
it here.
numerical advantage. It's not given me the most sensible commanders when I merged my armies because that would be useful.
This and everything was,
Right, and they are going to come in to make friends. Right, okay.
they always make their money
That's starting to look slightly viable. It's still a bit iffy, but it's not like as iffy as it was. Right, we're pursuing one of their flanks.
I think we're really fine now.
We might manage to be okay.
You've got your right will be able to take on their
Centre any second now. Yes. Right.
You've now won a big battle.
Yep. Besiege Aachen, which is part of the key territory. Oh, that's taken us up to 51% war score. Right, isn't that nice? So what have we got there?
I think you're now suffering attrition there, possibly over
Right, let's
exceeding the supply limit, so you need to get some people out.
let's get you lot out, and maybe take you lot out. Okay. Right. So how are we doing on the siege front? Right, that's
Bringing in more troops, problem.
So you picked up some alcohol recently. Can you make me
so you lot. Let's glue you lot together. March you lot over here.
Okay.
Oh, my 3000 still has a bloody organiser in charge, which is why it got there first. Damn it. Come on, 7000, get in there. I think I can dismiss my fleets now. Well, let's dismiss one of my fleets. And,
And like using Sailor and so on in Middlesex.
yeah, they're not.
Quick enough.
So you're besieging that. So, right, you're currently a bit attrited. Let's send you east. Okay, right, let's actually send you that way.
You're well fitting that.
No.
That's only 8,000 supply.
Right, let's leave them besieging here. It's not ideal, but let's glue you all together.
At this point, I would nice their Achilles heel at the very least.
What are we besieging there?
You can say with that.
Right, once we've built some siege works, we can. Let's read out messages.
You need to crawl possibly to get fast enough.
The Holy Roman Emperor is sitting there regretting that moment when he did not join the defensive pact against me when the truce with me expired. Right, let's assault Frankfurt.
Well, very in silly mode, very well.
And then let's assault Katzenelbogen.
He's just lying down. That's not really
And then let's, in a minute, assault Wiesbaden. Wiesbaden.
Oh, Middlesex is under siege.
Is it under siege? But
By the Holy Roman Empire. Well,
Right.
that's nice.
well,
Good luck. Holy Roman Empire. No, I would just let them get on with it. You know, you're going to take
having the build well, we can do.
this area this week.
it's true. Right. You're nearly done in this place. Expansion pact
That's
thing.
what I get. I'll just quick load. Oh, top. Then go to the door at the end. Dictate the door at the end. There's the door at the end.
100% of the score.
Right, let us release the otter. Right. Oh, what a terrible shame. Right, let's disband you, let's disband you, and let's march you in, let's march you into Paderborn, which we already have. Ooh, well, let's do that then. Let's create the Kingdom of Franconia. Right, let's find the Duke of Franconia and turn him into my Viceroy. Because we like Viceroys.
I have to use the keyboard.
Training troops, let's get you researching military technology in Middlesex. Right. Doof, doof, doof.
Isaac's mandate artifact.
Since we can't go to war with anyone because for some reason we're 100% threatening and everyone within like a 500-mile radius has gone, oh hell no, I am joining a defensive
Well, you can switch
pact.
to defensive pact to check.
It's true, I can.
Good one yourself. So, well, of course, the Holy Roman Empire isn't, but more interestingly, what's going on down in Aquitaine? Is it, or rather, southern France? I mean, is that the all the Aquitanian revolt of that grey? All right. Yes.
Yeah.
The Aquitanian. So yes, the Aquitanian revolt is your available target.
Unfortunately, I need a new
So
holding.
you've already got a claim against the Aquitanian revolt, haven't you?
I think
It may
it's
not
a
be
very,
good
it's a
one.
very dull county claim.
Yeah. It's county. All right, and she's
She's
female
and
yeah,
unlanded.
Okay, that's you're going to. Okay, so you will need a new claimant. So you should probably set about building a new castle somewhere. To put
That's
something.
true. So,
Assuming there isn't one under construction already. Which doesn't look like there is.
you're full.
Southern's full,
You're
Sussex
full.
is full. Oh, is that actually one under construction? No, because it was Portuguese being just built, wasn't it?
I can build a new castle there.
Right.
Right. Well, if there's still an Aquitanian revolt in like 600 days, look, everyone join the defensive pact against me.
Progress.
Right, so... Oh, we're so nearly there with the Grand Cathedral. Unfortunately, all its stuff is going to be very expensive. But that's fine, you know, maybe in another, like 5 or 6 years, I'll die and my son can go on crusade. That'll be fine.
I don't quite understand why there's that worry about
Beorhtwine.
England.
I think you're not using your whole
There is now not even a defensive pact against the Holy Roman Empire.
Yes.
There's plenty of craft.
Well-
it's because someone keeps beating it up.
Well, I mean, I have nicked Ulick off it, which was, I think, you know, quite a... You know, so that's quite a big place with, you know, some fortifications and city and stuff. So, how's my income doing? Okay. But of course, building new stuff is expensive. Yes, and we're progressing on our thing for the Eye of London. London Eye. I could always loot Stonehenge if I feel like it. Wow, all of that's very exciting.
It's 10 minutes to midnight. So
It is 10 minutes to midnight. I mean, you know, I think mostly what I'm planning on doing is seeing if I can hang around until succession.
You've
and-
lost, members of the
And then Okay, you'll do. Right, who's currently my most miserable vassal?
The brand new despot of Wales, it looks like.
Well, let's just check that. Nope,
Oh, no,
it's still.
still Beorhtwine the Normandy of England.
Yeah.
So you might be able to give a minor title to the. So it might be a minor title related to Despot of Wales, I'm not sure.
That's true. Where- I've lost my Despot of Wales.
Right at the top of the list, Henry the Normandy.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not quite right.
Do I have? Oh, I can make him lighthouse custodian. Yay, that's good. Right, that'll help cheer him up a bit. Why is he quite so miserable? Right. Oh dear. Looters in Deira. Oh well, someone else will sort that out, I'm sure. Oh look, someone's joining the defensive pact against me. That never happens. So how's France doing? Obviously it's part of the defensive pact against me. But, you know. La 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 la. So what's my realm looking like? I've still got my nice holding out here. I still have a long-term plan to try and take Jerusalem back, but that's probably going to get hard. I should remember I do have this bit out here. So if I do want to launch all-out thermonuclear stokes on the innocent people of North Africa, I do, of course, have the opportunity.
France now has more land in Africa than it has in Europe.
Yeah, well, just about.
So this is historically accurate, if not quite for this period.
Indeed. I mean, it's the way that England has these extensive Eastern European holdings, stretching like all the way to the gates of Moscow, on and off, that's particularly strange. We don't even have Iceland, but that's because Norway keeps playing hard to get.
No, I think Norway is easy to get, and you keep marrying the buggers.
That's true, yes. And then there's Sweden, who are just being encroached upon mostly by Norway and slightly by England. Well, I say England, I mostly mean Denmark here. But, yes. How old am I? I'm 64. How am I managing not to die? Actually, let's run time a bit faster, because then, you know, maybe I'll either die or, you know, a truce will expire, or I'll build a holding and then I can go to war against, like, the Aquitaine in lot, provided, and this, of course, this is important.
Or the third Byzantine revolt.
Or find a new Byzantine revolt. That's.
Well, there is a new Byzantine revolt. It was around when you were attacking Sicily.
Oh yes.
So the situation was we couldn't do anything with it because we've run out of.
We've run out of holdings. Right, well, we've cheered up Beowulf a bit. Let's see if we can cheer him up some more. Hungarian Holy War for Lesser Poland on the Lithuanian Revolt. So the Lithuanian Revolt has 12,000 people. My Despot of Pannonia has
3,000, but is presumably hoping for some assistance from other neighbouring Christian countries. Is Lithuania something odd then? We go back to the Lithuanian user. What? Oh, remove a pagan. Okay. So yes, I'd be inclined to just leave them to it. Don't get involved in holy wars.
Yes. Okay, someone has left the pact, but I bet that's...
Oh, of the Canaries. The chiefess of the Canaries.
Yep, but I don't have a case of Belli. Which is obviously, you know, terribly disappointing. Right.
Also, she seems to have rejoined
Oh,
based on that. Yes.
yes. Well, that was a long time. Betrothed can marry my daughter and the Duke of Slavonia. I'm sure that works out. Right, so how is my little vassal feeling now?
He's up to 62 now.
Yeah, and we've got 60 points of improved relations. So how's Wales feeling? I think Wales could do with a bit of cheering up. Zoom in. Find. Oh, I can't send him off for a few weeks yet anyway. So let's zoom out again so we can see what's going on. So how's my 12:27? I've got a little while to wait then. So Cologne then. Oh dear, I'm not just anymore. 86.5% done. One day I will have a great cathedral in Cologne. Or possibly at this rate, one day my successor will have a great cathedral in Cologne. This is one of the problems with great cathedrals. They are one of the slowest things you can build. Basilica. Okay. Oh, I should go and look at my factions. Okay,
That
no,
was nice.
we're not even trying. Honestly. Holding in Middlesex is under siege. Okay, let's go look at our holding in Middlesex.
Some other, probably another war. It appears to be the English
Show
army.
me. And there's an English revolt, which is not entirely surprising. Right, there we go. Zoom out a bit. Ping, okay, that sorted itself out. Right, and ping. Let's zoom in one level. That is slightly too zoomed out to see any good revolts. La 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 la. Ward. Ah, wow. That's very exciting. I wonder what they're doing. Doof, 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 crawl. That's what I say.
You could have sent your, or indeed still could send your stewards to speed up building your new castle.
It's true, but he's researching technology and I kind of want technology. So cities and temples gets me some more stuff, which I can't quite afford yet. Can't afford anything good there. Right, let's boost our infantry. Okay.
Oh, hello downstairs. Oh,
Hello.
that little county that had been holding out for so long has
Yes.
finally been taken over by the Lotharingia, sorry, the Exarch of Lotharingia.
Right. Yes. There we go. Well, that means I still think I still have a weak claim on the county. Yes.
But right, it's not a very useful claim.
There's
because-
people, having defensive pacts that go away.
Yes, but you keep your threat hovering around 100%.
Yes, this is because I will keep invading places. I then, do run a pretty light touch, vassal regime, but
Right, I have made space in the fridge and put things in there.
yeah.
But I found unpacking it earlier, someone turned that to 1. So,
Oops.
it's gonna be-
That I think was not deliberate. I think it was just knocking
No.
the thing.
I'm just saying, so just make sure anything that has been in there has been on cool but not cold for
Yeah. Right. Well, since Gareth's finished, and since I'm stubbornly not dying, I think it might be time to stop for the
How
night.
about waiting until that thing in that castle finishes building? 'Cause
Yes,
It's like 2 months off now.
it's true. I could wait
And
a couple of months, which won't take very long at this speed. That won't be it yet. I will just check what those things are. Ooh, what I can do is go and see if I've got anyone good in prison. No, I didn't imprison anyone good. Right, let's pay for a miracle play. We are very charitable. Our tax is recovering quite a bit. It's not quite built yet. You want to marry my granddaughter? Right, yes. Right. Okay, that's my granddaughter going off to be married. Right, we've finished constructing a castle in Winchester. Right. It dawns on you one day that there is plenty of intrigue happening right under your nose. Your servants from kitchen maids to stable boys share juicy gossip with each other on a daily basis. If you want to improve at this twisted game of manipulation and deceit, then perhaps you ought to dive in and join the prattle. Said and done. Right, well that is an excellent point at which to save and stop. As I try desperately in my failing years to improve my intrigue from minus several million. Well, about 2.
So, what year was it? 1227. I can remember that.
That's because we were waiting for that
Something to
to happen in
1227.
1227. Right, I'm